to basically explain how I'm feeling right now. The fact that I have to leave Japan. I'm doing a live stream right now just because I don't have enough storage on my phone. I don't know if anyone's even gonna show up or anything. Sorry, uh, but basically, I'm feeling sad just because this has genuinely been the most beautiful, wonderful, like 12 and a half, 13 days of my life. And I don't know the words. I'm man enough to admit that I've been trying a smidge. Uh, just because, like, man, I love Japan so much. And I'm not just talking about the wrestling, just the beautiful scenery, just the way I feel safe here. Like, you don't know how many times I'm just walking around at 11 p.m. or midnight, and I'm just like, I just feel safe. I don't know how to explain it. Just in a weird way, I don't know. Well, I've been here for less than 2 weeks, about 13 days. In a weird way, I feel like I belong. Like I believe, like I feel like I genuinely belong in Japan, and I was meant to be here. And if it were up to me, I would live here permanently. I'm even okay being in such a small room as this little hotel room. I'd be content with that as long as I'm in Japan and getting to be in the place where I absolutely have learned to love this almost about 2 weeks. And I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. I promise you guys I'll go ahead and upload a lot of different content and stuff. I've been a little lazy about that, uploading content, but it's just because I've been enjoying myself here. Man, if money wasn't an issue, I genuinely feel like I would be living here. Hey, Dol Lovesit. Hope I said that right. And thank you, man. I genuinely do not want to leave at all. I'm doing this live stream right now just because I don't have any storage on my phone because I've taken too many pictures and videos. So I decided to do a live stream for the first time in who knows how many years. Oh man, I don't know. I don't have anyone to talk to at the moment. I'm just in my feelings, my emotions right now, and I'm just letting it all sink in right now that in less than 24 hours I'm gonna be leaving what in my opinion is the most beautiful place on earth. It's not perfect. Nowhere in the world is perfect, but I think that Japan is as close as it gets. And I'm just rambling right now. You guys don't have to listen to me if you don't want to. I'm just rambling. A shout out to, I mean, not only do I just feel super safe in Japan, it's like I'm comfortable here. And I'm such a loner. For those of you that don't know, I'm a huge loner. I'm a homebody. I'm at the point where I've been out and about taking trains every single day. I've been walking over like 3 miles a day. At one point, I did like 14 miles within 2 days. I'm out and about. I'm enjoying life. I'm meeting friends. I got like 4 girls' Instagram numbers. I never asked people for that. So, yeah, I did see Stardom. Tom, SLK, Julia. It was awesome, dude. Yeah, Japan is very safe. Like I legit feel comfortable just walking around at midnight, even in alleys or anything. What was I saying? But yeah, the safety, just feeling comfortable, just meeting friends. Shout out to my friends that I met. I've only known them for like a little over, like a little over a week, close to 2 weeks. Not even that. And I could say they're some of the coolest, best friends I've ever met in my life. Shout out to friends Brian, Sai, Chris, Dante, Michael, just even just people I see in passing. And I mean, not even just the pro wrestling stuff, like just the whole vibe of Japan is wonderful. No one's perfect, but like most of the Japanese people are kind, even if they don't know any English at all. They try their best for the most part. It's just absolutely wonderful. And I love trying the different foods. I tried eel today. Coincidentally, eel in Japanese is unagi, and the last wrestling show I went to was the Unagi's Sayaka produce show, which is really awesome for her getting to produce her own show. And man, it hit me like a brick wall when she walked through that curtain for the last time because it hit me right then and there. I'm getting emotional. That my last like huge like fun thing of the trip was over right there. My last show. I went to 15 wrestling shows. I went to Tokyo Disneyland. I went to Kabukicho, the craziest place in Japan, a few times. I met some friends. Uh, I got comfortable to the point where I was actually talking to people. I don't talk to people. This brought out the best in me. This trip brought out the best in me in a way I didn't expect. I expected just to go to wrestling shows, try to push through my social anxiety, which I did. I got very comfortable with the train system after a while, even though I was very nervous at first and struggled a bit with it. And I just really, really like it a lot more than driving. I hate driving. And I'd never taken a train in my life. But once I started to get used to it, I was like, dude, I love this, this train system. I just, man, I don't know how many times I can say it. I love Japan so much. Yes. Oh yeah, you got the little wholesome emoji there. Yes. Oh man, do you like my New Japan tracksuit jacket? It's pretty cool. It's pretty sick. Huh? It's kind of expensive, but I'm happy I got it because it's very comfortable. Um, but yeah, I got to meet different wrestlers. You guys will see some more pictures of that at some point. Miyo Momono, Hiroyo Matsumoto, Miyuki Takase. Man, I got to meet Risa Serra, kind of, but it was my bad luck. I was the next person in line when they had to shut it down, but she still let me take a picture of her. She looked like she felt so bad because Torkin Hall forced her to stop signing things for people. She wanted to so bad, and I just let her know, no, 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 I'm not mad at you. But yeah, uh, Risa Serra. I met Aoi. You guys might not know this, but like Joshi wrestling, Stardom specifically is just my favorite pro wrestling in the world. So I tried to meet as many Joshi wrestlers as I could. Unfortunately, today Corkin Hall shut down pretty fast after the show, so I didn't get to meet as much as I would. So I actually have some leftover yen. I don't know if I'm gonna switch it back over to USD or just keep some yen just for keepsake and to remember and stuff. And and just motivation that I'll go to Japan again someday. I'll use that yen. Oh man, I could just talk all day about how much I love Japan. What are some of the little things I like? Just walking around the streets at night, just and then um getting to practice my Japanese. I met a girl today and it was so cool. And this never happens to me. Uh, a girl actually came up and confronted me, not the other way around. And she came up, she's, "Oh, I like your shirt." And her English, she doesn't know English too much, but she put in the effort, which is great. I always like to do is put in effort and put in some Japanese. I know about 5 phrases. um, and she said she liked my shirt. It was a Saori Ano shirt. And I told her, of course, I really liked her. I believe she had an Unagi shirt on. It was really cool. We talked a bit back and forth with some English and little bit English, a little bit of Japanese. She says that I had really good Japanese, which of course I don't. I told her that she had really good English. Her English is pretty good. Um, and then I asked her in Japanese. I was like, "Instagram wa arimasu ka?" Which is just, do you have Instagram? And of course, then I got the Instagram. The crazy coincidence. Apparently, she had been following me already on Twitter. She tweeted at me. She was like, "Hey, it's a miracle. I'm actually following you on Twitter too," which is just super awesome. And yeah, I got a bunch of people's Instagrams, guys and girls, not just girls. Um, and met so many cool friends to hang out with. Man, I hope I get to see them again. I already know, man, within the short amount of time, this guy, his name is Brian. I think he's from somewhere in the East Coast. I forget exactly where. I won't dox him on here, but he's become like one of, if not like my best friend. Like, and we're already talking about it'd be cool if we both have the funds and the time next year during the Wrestle Kingdom, January, late December, January, early January area to hang out again at some point. It would just be super cool. Sorry if I'm not paying attention to the chat. It doesn't really pop up here. Can I press that button? Will the chat come up? Top chat, live, all messages are available. Amazing. Yeah, yeah, okay, now I can see your chat now that I figured out. Sorry, I haven't live streamed in who knows how many years. I appreciate you being here. You're the only one here, even though I'm just basically talking to myself. But I'll reply to you. I'll try to reply to you though if you talk. Um, and just oh, man, the food here. Like I never tried Japanese ramen before. And now I've got ramen so many times now, and I got man, I love Japanese rice. Got all these different desserts. I'm bringing some home probably too. This is I learned from my friend Chibi in America. She showed me like taiyaki red bean paste with red bean paste. So now I'm loving everything that has red bean paste. This thing. There's another one. Just had to get some random Japanese protein bars I found today. I haven't actually tried those yet, but man, I am 100 questions. No, dude, you can ask whatever, man. I'll probably be on here another 5 minutes or so. I gotta actually. It's setting in. I have to leave, unfortunately, so I need to start packing my stuff up again. What was I saying? Oh, I'm obsessed with. I have a Family Mart, which is a konbini, which is the Japanese term for a convenience store. There's convenience stores here, and they're very convenient. Like there's convenience stores everywhere, and their convenience stores are amazing. They're way better than convenience stores in America. It's not even close at this point. What's going on, your boy Fred? What's going on, man? Yeah, just talking. What was I saying? I'm just rambling on for on and on and on because I'm emotional about having to leave Japan. You got super snacked on. Heck yeah, man. I have, dude. What was I saying? You distracted me, Fred. Um. Oh yeah. Something I'm super absolutely obsessed with. I don't know if they have it in America. Uh, every single day. Yeah, Family Mart, Lawson, 7-Eleven is way better in Japan as well. But Family Mart's the one I recommend the most. Of course, I'm a little biased because it's like right across the street from my hotel. But every single day lately, I get this ice cream. It's called Royal Milk Tea Ice Cream. Fred, yeah, yeah, yeah. Fred from like Supercard days with TZ, huh? Right? That's what it is, right? But yeah, Royal Milk Tea Ice Cream, absolute bomb. It's like some of the best ice cream I've ever had in my life. And I got two again today. I got like two also a couple days ago and yesterday. I've probably had a solid close to 10 of them. Yo, and everything here is so affordable for the most part. Ridiculous, dude. Yeah, it's ridiculous how low the yen is right now. Like I get like, man, I could get like a 2 liter jug of water for like $1. It's crazy. Stuff like that. And also like I was trying to because I unfortunately Cork and Hall they shut down the meet and greet fast. I was going to spend a bunch of yen and meeting wrestlers on the last thing, so now I'm stuck with a bunch of yen. So and it's hard to even get rid of it because the yen is so low. So I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Yes, they have those ice creams, and USA go to the Japanese. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't have one in my town, but yeah, I'll have to look around. They probably do, huh? Like maybe about like 30 minutes away from me and at my home. But yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. Just I like I said earlier, I just feel at home here and I feel like I belong. I mean, in a way not, but because I mean, I don't know, but it feels like I'm supposed to be here in a way. Damn, man, why do those chats go away so fast? Convenience are so cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They got so much. They got legit meals. A couple times I mean, I wouldn't recommend just eating from convenience stores, but they got some good meals if you don't want to take the time to go to an actual restaurant or wait or something. They got some good meals and they'll microwave it for you. I've experienced right then and there as well, which is nice. I've gotten some nice noodles and stuff, and ramen and different stuff there a couple of times. I didn't get meals too often there, but yeah. Most of the time it was just like snacks and stuff and water. At one point, I just went for like just over 1,000 yen. Got like 10 water bottles just to stack up on water, so I might have to go back and get more. Um, yeah. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, I don't know. What were some just some little things? It just walking around and practicing my Japanese. It comes in handy knowing a little bit. You definitely should know a little bit. Like the ones that I would recommend, you gotta know sumimasen, which is sumimasen is just excuse me or sorry for minor things. Sorry is just for it's for minor things like the little uh you accidentally budge somewhere, you're in their way. Same thing with excuse me. It's just context. Gotta know sumimasen. I've said that literally. I'm not even exaggerating. At least 500 times this trip. um, uh, do like little head bows sometimes walking by people and stuff. Yeah, that's just something I've gotten used to watching wrestling and stuff too with Japanese people being just so respectful. You got to know thank you. There's arigato is the regular, and then of course arigato gozaimasu, and then arigato gozaimashita when the deed is done. Um, uh, yes, konnichiwa, hello, for like midday stuff, and just hi. And then ohayo gozaimasu, which is the good morning. Konbanwa, the evening. I feel like there are two saying, yeah, dude, people are awesome. Yeah, there's just things. Yeah, don't like be loud on the trains. Also, I've learned you're not supposed to like eat, even though I kind of cheated a bit. Sometimes at nighttime I'll be walking around eating ice cream, even though it's told. But you're not supposed to like walk and like talk and stuff. Oh my gosh! So also culture shock. So in America, we're so used to idiots going around shooting up places, right? So because of that, we have to check bags everywhere, right? Japan, they rarely ever check your bags. There's just so much trust. Like literally, you just go into venues and they don't even check your bags. You can have like a really like heavy bag and everything. Like someone could literally just like sneak in something horrible, like a gun or something, but it doesn't happen because it's rarely ever happens. You have violence in Japan. Oh, tonight, I dropped my wallet. I dropped my wallet tonight. I was like, what the heck, man? Of course, on the last day. And then that happens. And I just went back and got it like 5 minutes later. It was just there. It was just laying outside the Family Mart. That would have been a scary thing to happen on the last day. Oh man, I got sidetracked. What was I talking about? But yeah, you don't even lock up your books. Yeah, dude. It's and I don't know about other places, but I know the hotels just let you borrow borrow things. Like I've been using an extra charger that the hotel got me because I lost my charger at one point somewhere. And then I bought another charger, but I've been using that one as well. I just had to return it to them. They let you borrow an umbrella anytime you want. I only had to use it one time because I've really haven't experienced much rain luckily. Um, man, I forgot what I was talking about before that. Um, just the little things that are different in Japan. Oh yeah, another one, another phrase that is very, and I mean very handy is, and I've learned it from Rocket Japanese, and it came very handy. Hey, it was no interest in the real game. Uh, came really handy is knowing how to ask how to get somewhere, even if you don't understand what they're saying back to you in response, you can still figure things out. So what you say, right, is you say the name of the place. Like for example, let's say I want to go to Ryogoku Sumo Hall or Ryogoku Kokugikan. I would you say the name of the place, and then you say wa doyate ikimasu ka? So it's Ryogoku Kokugikan wa doyate ikimasu ka? So doyate is like how, ikimasu is go, how to so like how to go, and ka is like the question. instead of using like a question mark, ka, like K-A, ka, just the question. So yeah, so it's very, very handy. I mean, I don't, countless times I was saying sumimasen, excuse me, uh, and then the name of the place wa doyate ikimasu ka? And it's yeah. Sorry, Tristan. Let me see your chat again. These things fade away so fast. Yeah, subject and then the rest of this. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like it's super handy that knowing how to say thank you multiple ways, excuse me, sorry, and stuff like that, man. It's just yeah, it's just some nice handy phrases. You don't have to know. I want to learn more Japanese though, but you can get around with that. And if you're terrified of trains like I was, you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it once you figure out Google Maps. Google Maps is your friend. It's something my son all the time. Yeah, dude, I swear I've said it at least, and I'm not exaggerating, at least 500 times in this last like 13 days. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, yeah, dude, the trains. Yeah, I hate driving. I hate driving with a burning passion. Why can't the rest of the world be like that? I mean, clearly it works with Japan, and it's cheaper than like getting actual gas and driving. Like, can we just like learn from them? And I know that unfortunately, Japan in a different area, I think it was Ishikawa, they had the horrible earthquakes happen. But for the most part, Japan has very strong buildings to prepare for earthquakes, and I think that other places should do that as well. I don't know the exact logistics and all they do, but I know they have stronger buildings built to prepare for things like that. And I think that other countries should do that too. Yeah, and there's just like a respect in the culture. Yeah, exactly, bro. The commutes. Yeah. It makes it possible. And then you don't have to worry about the anxiety of um getting going to the wrong well, I mean, unless you take a wrong train or get off at the wrong time, but you don't have to worry about the anxiety of driving to the wrong place or of someone's going to swerve into your lane driving and like hit you. You just worry about being on the train, on your Google Maps, or if you haven't memorized, just getting to the place you need to be. And it's so simple once you get the hang of it. And I only got lost one time in my whole time, and it was when I was going to Yokohama, Kanagawa, one of my only times when I actually left Tokyo. And I went to Yokohama Budokan for a Stardom show, and I got lost one time. But people are so cool, man. Like you just uh, you just ask people for help, and they're gonna help you for the most part. I only met like two like rude Japanese people, and then there was like tons and tons of just super nice people, and the rude people they were it was I mean. To be fair, they were drunk at that time, but for the most part, people even a lot of times if they don't know Japanese they'll still try their best to help you or they'll point you in the direction to a worker and help you so you can find someone that can help you. But yeah, yeah, I don't know if I want to leave the stream here or if I'm gonna keep talking. I don't know, just voicing my thoughts, my emotions. Pretty emotional about this being my last day, well, less than last day. Yeah, if it was really phone. Yeah, exactly, bro. It's got a vibe to it, and I've never. It's so weird because I'm used to the anxiety when I go to places, and like, man, I'm so anxious being in an unfamiliar place, and and it was very overwhelming coming from a small town and going there, huge Tokyo. But then now I have like the reverse anxiety of leaving because I've gone so comfortable here and I absolutely am absolutely in love with this place. If I could marry a place, I would marry Tokyo, Japan. And who knows if I went to more other places, maybe I want to marry those other places too. But Japan is just beautiful and amazing in so many ways. It does feel like home. and in a very short amount of time. I know you were there a lot more than me. I'm jealous. Uh, but yeah, I was only there really, really, if you think about it, not counting today and not counting the day I arrived. I was here only 11 days, and just, man, I don't know how to put it into words. I'm just rambling at this point, and I'm sorry if I sound annoying or boring. It's something I can't explain how I'm feeling. I'm feeling just absolute love for this country, just a feeling of joy, and just uh, some sadness at the same time of having to leave. And man, exactly. And their buildings are beautiful. I mean, things just like going and seeing shrines. Sometimes I've just been walking around, I see a shrine, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a beautiful building. Or man, just walking around different random streets and seeing everything lit up, all the colors and everything. That's something I didn't really think about when I got to Japan, is how much I was gonna enjoy just walking around and seeing all the sights and little conversations I had. Yeah, exactly, Tristan. Just walking around there. The little conversations I got to have with random strangers. I don't know what it was about Japan, just being beautiful. And okay, yeah, yeah, Kyoto, I should check out something, but just something about Japan, it brought out the best in me where I was willing to be more outgoing, which is interesting. I'm not a really talkative person to strangers, but I was more comfortable talking. I would talk to the Japanese people some, and I don't even speak Japanese except for a little bit to get my point across. Sometimes it would just be asking for help or how to get to place or a recommendation of a restaurant or stuff like that. I would love when I would go to the wrestling shows, I would talk to the people next to me. Maybe they would know a little bit of English, maybe I would know a little bit of Japanese, and meeting cool people sitting next to me that I'd never met before in my entire life, and I may never see ever again, honestly, sadly. But I got some of them their Instagram, so that's cool. Um, I hear a funny story. There's a girl that worked at the Tokyo Dome. She was helping me get set up, sending my special edition like Tetsuya Naito Sanada Wrestle Kingdom chair, special chair, because I was in the first four rows. So I had to figure out a way to send that to America. And I've never experienced a Japanese post office, obviously. And she helped me get a box and everything. And then my friend Brian in Japan, he wanted me to get him a box. So she like walked out in the cold with me, and she's a worker, and I'm like, you don't need to do this. Like I can carry this box. I know it's a little handful and a little heavy and stuff, but I can do it. You don't have to do it. And she was so nice. And then she and I asked her for her Instagram, and I'm surprised she said yes. She was on duty and everything, and she gave it to me. And then later in the day, I asked her if she wanted to hang out, and she so nicely said, "Thank you so much for the invitation, but I have a boyfriend." And I was like, "Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It was super nice to meet you, anyways." And that was it was one of the more wholesome rejections I've ever gotten in my life, so I'm not even mad. So, but it was a cool conversation with her, and it's cool. She was so kind and one of the nicest people I've ever met while they were working and stuff. She was going like above and beyond. Like she was literally like leaving the huge building, and she walked honestly probably a total of like close to probably at least like half a mile going back and forth in the top of the Tokenome, and we went back and got and apparently where they were taping the chairs into the boxes. And then we walked all the way back up to the top, and then we left, and then we went. She was gonna walk all the way to Corkin Hall with me, and I was like, "You don't need to do that." But then I made sure to ask for her Instagram. Yeah, but she has a boyfriend. But oh well. But yeah. But yeah, little conversation, and then I talked to this one dude. I think he was with his girlfriend or something like that. I was asking him how to, or any if there was anything fun to do in yeah, thanks, bro. It was yeah, it just anything fun to do in Itabashi, where I'm staying. Uh uh and at nighttime he's like, not as much here, but at nighttime and stuff. But it ended up being a cool conversation. We were both like using a little Japanese, a little English, and honestly the conversation was worth it anyways, even though he didn't really have any like type of like recommendations for me that late at night in Itabashi. You got to really get out of Itabashi to find something else. I mean, you can find some pretty good, decent food in Itabashi, but that's about it. Um, but yeah, it's little conversations. It's cool to have little conversations with people. They'll put in a little bit of effort a lot of times to speak some English, and they appreciate if you do the Japanese. A lot of times they'll be people will like then they'll exaggerate. They'll say, "Oh my gosh, your Japanese is so good," and I'm like, "No, no, 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 it's not." But I try a little bit. I'm trying my best. Maybe not my best, but I should practice Japanese more. But I practice a decent amount on the last like week before I went to Japan, though. So, but yeah, Shinjuku Station. Had trouble figuring that out. Sugoi, yes. There's a bar in Kyoto where the owner is really into America and loves having foreign. Yeah. Is there food at the bar? Because I know I one thing that I know that is a disadvantage for me. Thank you, Tristan. Disadvantage for me for some type of fun things is that a lot of the fun things involve drinking, and I don't drink at all. But I mean, obviously, if there's other things like there's food or other stuff to do, that's cool. Yeah, I know what you meant. Food, yeah. But yeah, huh? I got so much merchandise. I'll show you guys at some point. There's a there's one right here from Choco Pro. I don't know if you guys know what Choco Pro is. Choco Pro is amazing. One of my favorite shows and things I went to. What's my battery at, by the way? Okay, we're good. Um, but Choco Pro is just a little itty bitty venue, which took me forever to find, by the way, because it's just in an alleyway, and it's like this little itty bitty venue. Honestly, like just barely bigger than my probably about like, and I don't even know if it's twice the size of this little hotel room. Japanese hotel rooms are very small, by the way. At least mine is. um, wait, did someone just chat? Did you meet any Stardom Nah, Stardom. They stopped doing meet and greets as far as I know. When COVID started, I don't think they brought them back at any point. So I looked into that. They don't do meet and greets anymore. I don't think. But yeah. What was I talking about? Uh, I met a bunch of Joshi wrestlers though, which was so cool. Man, I become a major fan of Mio Momono. She does Marvelous and stuff like that. But I didn't see her in Marvelous. I saw her in Oz Academy twice. Yeah, small place for the fun. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I was talking about. Choco Pro. It's just a very small little itty bitty venue. You can't even really call it a venue. It's just like a little room, and then you go in there. I was like, it's like there's like one row, and then it's like got like I don't even know how to explain it. And then there's another row behind it standing. And then they have another ticket for if you want to stand outside the venue and watch through the door, the glass doors, which is funny. But I had the standing one, and it's only like an hour and a half long show, so it's not too bad if you unless you have really bad legs. But I was just standing there for like an hour and a half watching this. Unfortunately, on the day that I went, someone got injured. I hope she's okay. I'm not as familiar with the names of the wrestlers, but she's Mia something, and I noticed it immediately when she picked up Emi Sakura. She slammed her down. Her knee buckled in the wrong way, and that was the main event. They had to call the match like 2 minutes in. I was so sad for. It was cool though but it was a fun show overall, and they have this tradition where at the end of the show they do not only do they have this really cool singing thing where they all sing and stuff together, but they do a Junkin tournament. For those that don't know, that's rock paper scissors, and they do a tournament with all the wrestlers, and it's called this Choco Pro is called and the venue is called Ichigaya Chocolate Square, and it's they wrestle on a little like chocolate looking mat. It's a brown mat. It's not a ring or anything. It's so much fun though, and it's so intimate and everything. And like they're literally like if you're front row, which I wasn't, they're literally like right in front of you, and like they actually tell you if the wrestlers go into you, just give them a soft a push back onto the ring, the mat. And so I was behind the front row, so I was probably like 5 feet away from it. And it's just it's so cool. I mean, man, like I had so much fun. I had 15 shows, and I'm telling you right now, I could probably name them all right now because of how much fun I had. Let's see. On the 28th, I went to Seedling. On the 29th, I went to. Well, yeah, and I could tell you all the venues probably too. Seedling on the 28th in Torkin Hall. 29th, Ryogoku Kukugikan. That's Ryogoku Sumo Hall for Stardom. Yeah, a lot of foreigners this time for the Wrestle Kingdom season. The 30th, I went to Big Japan Pro Wrestling in Korakuen Hall, and as well as Oz Academy in Korakuen Hall. There's two shows on that day. On the 31st, I went to All Japan Pro Wrestling in Yoyogi Second Gymnasium. On the 1st, I went to Tokyo Disneyland. On the 2nd, I went to Pro Wrestling Noah in Ariake Arena. On the 3rd, I went to Stardom at Yokohama Budokan. On the 4th, I went to Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan Tokyo Dome, as well as Stardom Gate 2024 in Tokyo Dome City Hall, right across the street. On the 5th, I went to New Year Dash in Sumida City Gymnasium for New Japan. On the 6th, I went to Stardom and Korakuen Hall, as well as Choco Pro in Ichigaya Chocolate Square, as well as Ozcat. No, Just Tap Out, Just Tap Out, in Shinjuku Face. And then today, I also in Shinjuku Face on the 7th today, well, last night actually, the 7th, I went to Shinjuku Face for another Oz Academy show. And then to finish things off tonight, I went to Korakuen Hall for Unagi Sayaka's uh, self produced show with a little help from All Japan Pro Wrestling. So that's all 15 of my shows plus Disneyland. Just name them off the top of my head right now. But yeah, there's a lot of foreigners. I met people from all over, man, from Australia, from New Zealand, from the Philippines, from Singapore, from Canada, from Netherlands, from Germany, everywhere. Yeah, dude, man. Did you buy most tickets day of? Nah, dude. I only bought tickets day of for the Just Tap Out one I went to on the 6th just as I realized that I could go to it because my other two shows were gonna be done before and my friends told me about you should come. It was so fun. It was a Joshi exclusive one. Joshi meaning it was all women's Just Tap Out show and it was so fun. And I got to see some wrestlers I'd never seen before. It was so cool. And then also Choco Pro, even though I bought it on the day of for Choco Pro, but you had to reserve it ahead of time. I reserved it weeks ago, like 3, 4 weeks ago, like a month ago or something like that. So basically, the only one that I bought the day of really is the Just Tap Out one on the 6th. But yeah, but yeah, yeah. All right, Japan's amazing. I'm gonna miss it. I'm very happy that I got to go. I promised myself I would go again because this is the happiest. I'm being, I'm not exaggerating now when I say this is the happiest I've ever been in my life being in Japan. Being in Japan has just brought out all the happiness in me and just all, my heart is so full in loving Japan. Yes, it'd be amazing to have someone to go with someone. People don't want to spend the money, which I understand. It's extremely expensive. Yeah, for sure, dude. I just I can't just be there too many times. It was just so expensive. Um, what was I saying? But yeah, Japan's amazing. I'm so sad that I'm leaving today. And I guess I should start putting my stuff in my suitcase and packing and hope that everything fits here. Otherwise, I'm going to wear four sweatshirts to the airport. Oh, is really? Okay. Well, I mean, I think Tokyo is pretty affordable too. But yeah, I'll have to try out some other stuff too next time as well. I like being in Tokyo, but like I'll have to do that as well. Try out maybe stay in a different prefecture another time. But specifically, I chose Tokyo because this area of time every year apparently has all the shows in the Tokyo area for the most part. Yeah, dude. I'd like to. I mean, Osaka's another big one too. I'd like to go to Osaka someday. Tokyo hotel, affordable and nice. Yeah, I think that's nice. I mean, it's a very small room, but I think that's just normal. I think if I had to guess in Japan, it's extremely small. But I don't really care because I'm barely in here except for when I'm sleeping. And but it's a nice hotel though. Wait, what did you say? It was and affordable? Yeah, I think at least I think this it was only like it's like I think it came out to like $70 a night if I remember correctly, which is nice. Um, so yeah, pretty awesome, like a possum. Maybe $80 a night. I don't know, 70. I think it was 70 a night, which is nice. I think. But yeah, anyways, yeah, rooms are pretty. Yeah, yeah. I don't even honestly, but the room's comfortable. The bed's really comfortable. I like it. There's some outlets in here. There's a refrigerator in here. One thing though, I, d- d- I'm not sure if it's just a thing in Japan, but I know my room at least does not have microwave. Maybe they don't they just don't do microwaves here. I don't know. Some free breakfast too. No, but I'm a weird person where I don't eat breakfast like ever. For some reason, I'm not hungry in mornings. I've been like this for like literally like over a decade, if not more. I just don't eat breakfast. I only eat two meals a day. I eat lunch and dinner. But I don't know. My appetite. I don't get really an appetite until usually around like 11 o'clock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes a coffee pot. Yeah, that might be what that is right there. Yeah, that's a coffee pot. I don't drink coffee though. But yeah, 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 yeah. I think man, I was planning on doing maybe like 10, like five, somewhere between 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and I've been on here for 43-ish minutes. I think that's good. I should probably start packing. Anyways, thank you all you guys that talked to me in here. Tristan the real game. Uh I hope I say this right. Do loves it. As well as who else? I think yeah, just you two. And then whoever's lurking in here as well. I appreciate it. Yeah. Who else? I don't like that my finger goes over the screen right then when I'm scrolling. And your boy Fred as well. If you're still in here, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, this is genuinely the experience of my life. I'm not some people might say you're totally exaggerating, man. What are you talking about? But literally, I've never had more fun in my life than these last 11 days. I've never felt so happy. I've never felt, I don't know if I could say felt love, but I mean, yeah, I've met new friends. Yeah, you don't get it until you go. You're going to feel anxiety at first, being a new country, not being the main language, um, being and the weird feeling of especially weird being white and having being the weird feeling of feeling like a minority. You're not used to that. But then again though, I mean, people are very welcoming for the most part. So then you start to feel very comfortable. It's so nice. People are so thoughtful and kind. Sometimes I'm not even having to ask for help. Some people will see I look lost, and then they'll ask me. It's a couple of few times. It's pretty funny. I start speaking Japanese. I ask them how to get somewhere and say excuse me. I say excuse me, how do I get here? And then the dude or the girl will be like, no, it's been only dudes, but they've been like, oh, dude, bro, I'm not Japanese. I'm like, and then I'm like, oh, even better, man. I'll speak English to you. So that's cool. So that's always a nice thing when at last second you realize, oh, they just speak English, so I can just ask them for help. But yeah, when I had this one conversation with this student, he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm lost too. I don't know. It's I don't get it, man. It's Shinjuku, the Shinjuku train station. I can't seem to figure it out. I've gotten it down a couple times. I went to Shinjuku back and forth many different times just because one of my friends that I met there is staying in Shinjuku, so we would go there and get food and stuff. Yeah, yeah, Kabukicho's insane. But I'm talking about specifically right now, just about the not airport, the train station. The train station, I don't know what it is, but I keep getting lost. They're not on the trains, but like when it comes to finding the exit. Oh, actually, no. One time I couldn't find my train because what happens is there's Shinjuku Station and there's also Shinjuku Nishiguchi. And Shinjuku Nishiguchi, it's like two train stations, but in one like giant like station building. And then it gets confusing. And then sometimes I'll go the wrong direction. Like if I'm looking for the Oedo line, the Oedo line, sometimes it'll say to Shinjuku, when it will say Shinjuku Nishiguchi, and then I'll accidentally go the wrong one, and then I'm like rushing to when I realize what I've done or someone's told me, then I'm rushing to like power walk slash run back the other direction 5 minutes because I wasted 5 minutes going that way, and then I got to go to the other one because of course it's confusing because they're both Shinjuku stations, but one's the Nishiguchi station, or I think that's what it was, and then, like it's just I just get confused sometimes, and then also finding the exit sometimes in that place. What's going on, Equa Dragon? I'm actually getting off here in a second, but yeah, man, I've just been going on about how even the little things in Japan are wonderful, and I mean, yeah, one of the only things that I don't like is navigating Shinjuku Station slash Shinjuku Nishiguchi Station. Another thing I don't like, oh, dude, you don't need to be sorry for that. I think this is archived. You can watch it later. Not that you're gonna want to listen to me for 47 minutes. What was I saying? To Shinjuku Station. Oh, Unagi show was amazing, bro. It was so cool. I got so emotional then when she went through the curtain because I realized that was my last fun thing that I was gonna be doing. Oh yeah, no, yeah, I was talking about things I don't like about Japan, which is very little. Like I said, I don't like Shinjuku slash. Well, I don't like Shinjuku Station. I don't like the train station because I get lost in there. And then also, they have way too many coins in Japan. There's way too many coins in Japan compared to America. I like to look at their money, their paper money, and I like the look of their money, but man, there is way too many coins. I got like my bag is full of coins. It's ridiculous. It's like there is way too many coins, and they only have like four like bills. They have the 10,000, the no less, right? They have the 10,000, the 5,000, and 1,000. I think they have another one, but it's like rare or something like that. But yeah, I never got it. Just yeah, it's all coins until you get to a certain price. Yeah, Shinjuku was owned by Okada Remake Coins. Well, it's not just Shinjuku. That's like it's all Japan. The yen, just like there's so many things. Look at this fancy thing, bro. Look at this fancy thing to turn off all the lights. That's cool. This is yeah. And there's this song that plays on the TV, the Japanese TV all the time. I'll just have it in the background sometimes. It's called I'm With You by Ziv Moran, and it's become like my Japanese theme, dude. I love it. 100 coins for days. Yes. Yes. I see I'm okay with the somewhat with the 100 or with the 100 yen coins and the 500 ones, but man, when it gets anything lower than that, man, I don't want to be carrying around the ones, the fives, the 50s, the tens. I don't want to be carrying all that around, man. It's ridiculous. At one point, I just sat on the curb next to a Family Mart. Yeah, I just sat on the curb next to a Family Mart, and I was just like counting out a bunch of coins, which you don't want to do that in America. You don't want to just be having coins on the ground in the middle of the night at 11 p.m. People, you'll get robbed. But just have that sense of security and like safety in Japan. I'm just counting out like probably like 40, like 30 different coins up to like 400 yen. And then I wanted to get rid of it. So I went and spent 400 yen in a Family Mart and got a bunch of treats with that. And, and it probably really annoyed the guy making him count that all out. Make sure your last day and especially, well, I mean, this was really my last day, and tomorrow I'm just leaving. I mean, I'll get some lunch and stuff because I do not till leave, and my flight's not till like in the evening time. But also, I have to get my train, and the train ride, unfortunately, to Haneda airport is like an hour long from my hotel, which is unfortunate. Um, so not looking forward to that. Hopefully, everything goes smoothly and I'm able to figure that out because that was only my first train line ride though when I first went from the airport to my hotel, and I struggled a lot and I had to ask like six different people for help. But that was my first time ever taking a train. Since then, I've gotten pretty comfortable with them. But hopefully, I'll just figure out like how to get to my specific terminal and stuff like that. It should be fine. Did you ride buses? No, I didn't ride any buses. No. Yeah, yeah, an hour long train. It might be a little less, might be depending on the time and stuff, but it's like 50 minutes to an hour. Yeah, I should be fine because I've gotten pretty comfortable. I've literally like I got help that one time. The only time I've actually gotten lost and was Yokohama, getting to Yokohama because I went to Yokohama Budokan for a Stardom show, and I got lost one time, which I was so happy I left for that show early because there was just some confusion where apparently I could have stayed on the train. I would have eventually gotten there, but one of my friends in Japan was explaining to me sometimes I don't remember exactly what he said, but sometimes they'll skip train stations or something like that. I don't know, but because I was listening and I heard next stop, and then the next one was not what I did, and I was like, wait a second, this is not it. Yeah, some days are less stops, yeah, but also I believe it showed a stop that was not on mine, not on my Google Maps. So that's what was very confusing. So I freaked out and I got off the train wherever I was. Um, and then I went to the nearest person, and they spoke like very good English. I was very fortunate about that, and then they just helped me find a different route, and then I got there, and plenty enough time. Did I go to any other cities besides Tokyo? Yeah, went to different. Well, I mean Yokohama, like I was just talking about right there. I just went there for Yokohama Budokan, Yokohama Kanagawa for Stardom, and then technically Tokyo Disneyland is not in Tokyo. It's a lie. It's false advertising. It's in Chiba instead of Tokyo. Um, that was very fun though, going to Tokyo Disneyland. Uh, Fortunately, I didn't go as long as I wanted to because there's a crazy story of one of my friends. My friends, I only met him, well, saw him one time in person, but one of my friends, Dante, he got like it was like a crazy night. First time ever in the crazy place of Kabukicho. Yeah, yeah, noted. Yeah. So Kabukicho is one of the craziest places ever in my life, and I don't even count it as Japan because Japan is so wholesome and beautiful for the most part. Kabukicho is still beautiful scenery stuff, but it's crazy, man. People are drunk all the time. There's people like effed up, they're messed up. There's constant pimps going around wanting to ask you, "Hey, come to this girls' bar, come hang out, man." and and there's constant they're trying to scam you into girls bars and hostess clubs. There's prostitution all over the place, dude. Kabukicho, man, it's nuts. I do not count it as Japan. And then so what I was getting at, my friend Dante, I still love him, man, he's still my friend, but man, he got Yeah, red light area, exactly. Red light district. He got messed up drunk. And apparently this is a thing he does all the time. He told me apparently he does like 3 times a week or something like that. And so what he does every time when he goes out to Kabukicho, gets super messed up drunk, and he does not make the train. And and then what he does, he goes up to the Kabukicho Tower, goes to the seventh floor where it's super dark, and he sleeps there. So what happened? So we were going. He was told me we were gonna go. We were gonna leave at like around midnight to get like one of the last trains to go back. And so, but he kept on like he was so drunk and he kept insisting we stay and stay, and we missed the train. We missed the train. So I'm already annoyed, right? So I have to stay in Kabukicho, or it's freezing cold, super windy. So we're going indoors somewhere. And I don't know that reference, Echo Dragon, but but anyways, so he gets super drunk, and then so we're hanging out with some other like people as well. It's like me and one other person is sober, and the others are super messed up drunk. Um, some security guard goes up to us as we're in one of the places where there's like a party place, and he nicely asks us if we could scoot over a bit so people can come through, so we're not blocking the entrance of the door. So we're like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then my boy Dante gets super offended for some reason. And he's very drunk, by the way. Remember that. And he decides to say, "Yo, you want to start something?" And he starts to go after like he's gonna go fight the security guard. The security guard, all he did was nicely ask if we could scoot up over out of the way a bit, right? Just nicely ask that, and he wants to fight the security guard. So I go up, I grab him, Dante by the shoulders. I said, "We're going this way, buddy." So now I feel like I have to be I have to be a babysitter. So I miss my train because I need to watch over this guy so he doesn't do something stupid. By the way, I still love him if he sees this. but but man, so I have, so I decide, so man, well, I should watch over him. It's midnight and he's already tried to fight a security guard, and he does not have any recollection of that at all. He just started cracking up when I told him about it. And he looked like he was gonna vomit multiple times. By the way, my first 3 minutes in Kabukicho, some guy ran like right by me, face first into a gutter and started vomiting. That was my introduction, first 3 minutes of Kabukicho. Uh, but yeah, Dante got so yeah, so that because I babysit him that whole time, he we missed the train, and we went up to a tower thing, and he falls asleep immediately because he's used to doing this. He fell asleep on the ground, the hard ground, where I'm just chilling, and then some two Japanese guys come in too, and we're I'm just like talking to them through Google Translate, and we're cracking up talking about how he just like falls asleep right there and he's snoring like a baby. We're just on the seventh floor of this giant tower in the dark. I didn't fall asleep at all. But then finally, some security guard comes in. He doesn't mind us being up there, but he says that we can't sleep there, so he wakes Dante up. It's hilarious. You could tell the security guard. This is a different security guard, by the way. He's used to this. People coming up. It's probably him. It's probably Dante every time, honestly. And uh, along with some other people maybe. But yeah, Don's. Oh my gosh, bro. So we don't. So then we eventually, I was like, "Yo, let's get up, bro. Let's go." It's 4:30 because he told me 4:30 is when the next train would come. And so I was like, "All right, yo, dude, it's 4:28 a.m. Let's start walking over to the train station." And then finds out, so we get to the train station. It's still closed. Apparently, he was wrong. It was not 4:30 when the first train would come. Apparently, the train station is open. The first train was at 5:18 a.m. So now we just go into a random building and sit down in a random building next to the train station, looking sketchy as heck. And then he falls asleep like a baby again on the floor in this random building as people are walking out like through elevators and stuff. I don't even know what this place, but it's right next to the train station and Shinjuku. And it's like you're way too comfortable with this, bro. To be falling asleep within a minute of laying down, bro. It's like he said this twice. And then I wake him up again at 5:20, and we finally around 5:20 a.m. we get on the train, and he's like talking to me, super drunk by the way. I was like, all right, dude, this is where we depart from each other. I hope you have a nice night and don't have too much of a hangover and you're feeling okay in the morning. He's like, oh man, we're we're just getting started, man. I can't wait to have you back in Kabukicho again. I'm like, I don't know about that. We never hung out again, but we talked online though. We'll hang out again some other time though. Next time I'm in Japan as well. Dante's still he's a cool guy, man. Don't get me wrong, and very chill and cool and fun when he's not drunk. I mean, that night on the 31st was so fun. We went to All Japan Pro Wrestling. He showed me a sick ramen spot. It was delicious. We had so much fun. It's just when things got crazy is when he got drunk. And so yeah, it was just nuts. At least you had your first adventure Kabukicho with a drunk friend. Yeah. Depending on the city, the trains could stop even earlier. Yeah. Train service, there sounds like the light rail service has. Yeah. But Japan's my first ever experience with trains. When I was a security guard in a hospital dealing with drunks. Glad I left that field. Yeah. Yes, it was known. Yeah. The largest adult entertainment district in the world. I don't know if it's in the world or not, but definitely probably in Japan, I'd have to say. But yeah. But yeah, I still love Dante. Dante's is cool, and he's helped me so much preparing for Japan and knowing stuff I need to do and stuff. And he was so cool to talk to and like hang out with the night before, man. It's just things got crazy, man, when he got drunk. Um, but yeah, and eventually I got to my hotel at 6 a.m., fell asleep at 7 a.m. that night. And then the next day I got up and I went to Tokyo Disneyland, and it was a completely different vibe than Kabukicho. But yeah, Japan's amazing. I'm gonna miss it so much. I think that's gonna be it for this live stream. We just got over an hour, which is crazy. But anyways, I love you guys so much. See you guys later, and I'll make sure to post some more content. I mean, kind of lazy content. I just post pictures and videos and stuff I did. But yeah, but I'll post content. I mean, my Instagram, my Twitter as well, but YouTube definitely as well. Anyways, love you guys. Adios. Sayonara. Arigatou gozaimashita.